Hi, my name is Lauren Hobbs, and today I'm going to talk to you about the question, should the flu shot be required for all children? And this question hits pretty close to home for me, especially today, as I'm setting up my appointment for my daughter to get her flu shot. She is only 9 months old, and this will be her first flu shot. So my daughter, who's pictured right here, she was born in January of this past year during one of the worst flu seasons that we have seen in many, many decades. Before leaving the hospital, our doctor counseled us that we should not leave the house, that the flu season was so terrible that we would put our daughter at risk. Even if she didn't come directly in contact, the flu was so bad this year that she could potentially end up in the hospital or lose her life because her immune system wasn't developed enough for her to fight it off, and she was too young to receive the flu shot. So I think, yes, that we should give the flu shot to all children. And I believe this because 179 children in America died last year from the flu, which is completely horrifying. More than two-thirds of those 179 children that died were not vaccinated. It's really sad that this statistic, actually, this fact, that two-thirds of them were not vaccinated, this could have been lowered tremendously if they would have, hopefully, if they would have gotten the flu shot. The possible side effects of the flu vaccine do not outweigh the risk of getting the flu itself, because getting the flu itself could cause debilitating problems for the rest of the child's life or potentially death, like it did for the 179 children that passed away this past flu season. And along with many of you guys, there are hundreds of flu myths and flu facts. But I found this cool little chart from the Obamacare website, and there's a few myths that I want to talk to you about today. The flu shot can give me the flu, and that is a myth. Vaccines are not proven to prevent the flu, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this later, but this is a huge reason why a lot of people do not get the flu shot. So it may not completely prevent you from getting the flu because there are so many strains of the virus, but it could lower your chances of getting it and to help build your immune system against it. So that goes along with this fact. If you get the flu vaccine, you're about 60% less likely to need treatment for the flu. Another myth is I should want to get vaccinated so that I'm covered through the end of the season. I should wait to get vaccinated so I'm covered through the end of the season. And that is a myth. You should get your flu shot as early as possible to prevent you from getting the flu. So the flu shot is about 60% effective. I talked to you a little bit about this on the previous slide, but it is possible that you may catch a strain of the flu virus that wasn't covered in the vaccine. And if this happens, then your child wouldn't get as sick as he would without the vaccine because he has some antibodies to it. The next thing I want to talk about is just because your child is healthy doesn't mean they will not get the flu and pass it on to other kids. So just because your son is primarily really healthy and he has a pretty strong immune system, and even if he got the flu, doesn't mean that he will need to get medical attention for it, but he could pass it on to other kids that have very low immune systems that could really hurt them a lot or could kill them potentially or cause life altering effects from getting the flu.